Right, how you doing? It's test time. Yesterday I was having trouble streaming using this, the Clone Alliance Flint 4KB on my Linux powered Lenovo T430, and I was wondering if it was down to the cable I was using to connect the capture card to the machine. It could just be the machine, could just be the card, could be a number of things, could be the game. There are many things I can do to test all of those things, but I want to test the cable first because I have a knack of USB-A, which is this end here, your standard USB cable, to USB-C. There's loads of these on the market, but often what you find is that you'll buy a USB 2 cable. C has massive bandwidth and power potential, but companies tend to cheap out and go, well, they only want to connect this to this, so rather than giving them a high bandwidth cable like a USB-C cable or a USB 3 cable, they'll make it USB 2. So you end up with ridiculously low speeds and stuff like that, but it still does the job, and it's cheap. I'm pretty sure I've already bought and tested this. I already bought and tested this cable as USB 3 compliant. Okay. So the test is pretty simple on this one. I have a device that freaks out. It comes with its own A to C cable, and I always recommend you use the cable that comes with it because it was a high bandwidth A to C cable. If you plug in a lower bandwidth cable, which is when I realized that companies were selling a lot of these at lower spec, this thing will just freak out. Just go, nope, can't, doesn't work. I need a USB 3 cable. I need a USB 3 cable. Even some C to C cables won't drive this capture card. This is an original Elgato HD60S. I've had it for years. Very rarely use it because most of my machines just aren't powerful enough to really properly use it. In fairness, the same could probably be said about this. This is just basically a more Linux friendly version of this with less mature software. So what we'll do is we'll take this and this, and we're going to plug it into the Asus ROG Strix with its Duffer fan, and literally all I need to do is plug it all in, plug it into a USB 3 port on the side, launch the software, and if it goes, yep, we can capture something, then it's fine. I'll probably plug in, I don't know, I'll wing down a cable from the Xbox or something. So if I turn that on now, then there'll be input going into it. If not, then it will just by default freak out and say, oh, I don't work on USB 2. So we'll give that a whack. Right, cable into port. I mean, there's no reason why I would, but just in case people are like, oh, he swapped out the cable for a cheap, crappy cable. This is the same cable. Here. I actually bought this cable on the grounds that I was worried that the cable that came with the Clone Alliance might not be quite up to snuff. Because every now and then I've bought capture cards and they've come with cables and they've just not, whilst they're fine, they're not the best quality for like wrapping up and throwing in your bag and stuff like that. So there we go. Once that's on, that doesn't have an input anyway, so I don't really want to pull the cable out the back of the TV for the Xbox. Let's launch the software in a minute and see how that goes. I'm actually pretty sure that it'll throw a hissy fit even if it doesn't have a signal going through it. So I'll just do it as is, to be fair. Just launch the Elgato Game Capture HD software. I've got loads of Elgato products. I've got nothing against Elgato. Just they don't support the operating system that I want to use. It's flat out thrown up there. No signal is the HDMI input connected. I'll show that and then we'll pull the cable. So that's what we get from the software. So let's give it a signal. Oh, I was going to say I would just pull the cable out for the Xbox, but I can't because that's going through a cable tidy. Not that the cable tidy is particularly tidy, but what I can do is pull the video out of the Xbox. I had an HDMI cable down on the floor I was using for the Cloner Alliance. Like I say, I've got nothing against Elgato products. It's a great way to test cables, to be fair. I just don't like the system requirements being one, and two, just limited support for the operating system that I choose to use these days. Other than that, though, alright products, and they've kind of pushed into a market that celebrates stupidity. The Elgato lights, for example, they've made a set of lights that are so easy to set up that complete noobs that have no idea what they're doing with lighting, like, oh yeah, look how much better this makes my camera setup look. It's like, yeah, because they've instantly, like, it's just an LED panel that will give you the softest light possible from an LED panel. You just literally point it at yourself and it's job done. Whereas if you buy other LED lights or umbrellas or whatever, they're not really designed to diffuse the light, give you a soft look. It's just like, right into your face. It's like a one-stop shop for stupidity. Here we go. You're rewarded for not actually learning how all that stuff actually works. So I'll just plug these in and see how it goes. Dumbass thing is I always plug these in the wrong way. Here you go, input. I actually like the original HD60 as well. I've got that one. That's a pretty good card, and that'll work on most things. That's USB 2. I'm gonna be able to do this one-handed. Am I? Look, it's gone away. Come back. Oh, I can't do it one-handed. There you go. Right. Then plug the other end. That's in the cable squid on the floor. Get off my headphones, you bastard. There we go. Plug this end into the Xbox. It's like one of those really like low budget, super low budget, sucky YouTube videos trying to show you how to do stuff. It's a creeper and a purple hat. Wait. I think that's the HDMI, that's the output for the Xbox. We'll soon find out if I plug it in and nothing happens. Right. Shouldn't really actually do that when the Xbox is turned on. Ah, there we go. There we go. So the cable is fine. So it's probably actually down to my rigs then. Or it could have been the game. Could be the game. Oh, can you hear that? I really want to get this thing fixed, but I just can't justify it. The price to get those fans fixed is nearly the same amount as buying a new laptop. At one point I probably will fix this, and that'll be the upgrade for Inky or Mum, or I'll basically earn the money back for this, and you know, I'll get it to like basically say it's been justified. It's a justified purchase, and then right, so that worked. Turn that off. Let that charge up a bit. Right, so we can now disconnect all this and get on with our lives. Right, that cable, I could do quite a few cables, and some of them I do believe are USB 2, but this is the one we got. I can't remember what actual model this is, but it's got the got that little notch in the plastic. I don't know if that'll help you identify it any. But, so they do have USB 3 compliant cables. Just don't go out and buy, never buy, if you can buy faster speed cables, never buy a USB 2 cable these days. Please don't, especially if your device is capable of higher speeds. Same with like iPhone users, you'll find some of the cables they ship, like if you buy a third-party cable, they can deliver the power, but they just can't deliver the data rates. Bin those slow cables, please. Just quickly about the game and the capture, did a little bit of digging, and stream went I guess it went okay. I haven't really looked at it, to be honest with you, but I set everything to 720/30, even the capture card, and doing a bit of digging. It turns out the game is 30 FPS locked, so my settings yesterday would have exacerbated matters, so I had everything set to 60, and the game weren't running at 30, and it's not a stable 30 either. Turns out the game has some pretty aggro fluctuations between like 30, 32 is a high, 32 is the target frame rate. It dips. It plays on average between 25 and 30. It can have some pretty heavy dips to 20s and below. So the fact that it looked a bit wibbly, most likely probably because of that. It's still a very fun game. Do you think he's comfy?
Yeah, I think he is.
He's snuggled. Morning, Dad.
Morning, bird.
And Spaniel.
We're both on your side of the bed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
They're like, no, don't want to walk anymore.
Don't want to wake up anymore.
Don't you?
I'm not feeling well.
Don't you?
No.
I'll go back sleeping.
I found up work at midnight. I told them I did.
Did you? You was like, no.
Fuck you guys all well.
So I was like, I don't really care, I'm comfy. Mighty face. A somewhat successful haul from the veg patch in the garden. Awesome. Wide angle view, healthy meal. I say wide, hang on. There's the ceiling. You're probably going to see my fucking honking great nose come underneath the lens in a minute. Look, the garden haul was great, but gotta feed my kids.
Look, in front of us, look.
Look, oh hey, it's a fucking Ferrari and last
Go
off.
faster, you wanker. And he's not even going 30 mile an hour, look. No, because by the time he gets down there, his petrol's going to be...
I was going to say, that's why he's driving so slow.
Oh my goodness.
Healthy food. Mommy! Mama! What? Nanny, come in, she has a bag with a big M on it. I know what that means. What about me? That means there's a burger for me. Well, go on then. You've already, look, he's done about 15, up and down. And up and around. Just wait a minute, mate. That's not what I want, Mama. What about me? What about me? Oh, the disapproval sneeze. What? We haven't got it. Nanny's got it. Nanny got it. We haven't got it. Mate, that's a tray of drinks. Charlie Baniel burger not on a tray of drinks. What? Hi, bro. Yes. She's coming. Are you smacking? Hey. Oh. Okay. Look at that grin. You're a fucking gorgeous spaniel, aren't you? Let me stroke him. He won't let me stroke him. So look.
Where is it?
Nanny fell down a well. Quick, we must go and save her. Look, she's in the boys' room.
Is that where the well is?
Yes. Quickly. Mama, she shot the food in here. I mean, Nanny fell in here. There she is.
Oh,
Nanny, what about me?
no! Get
Down!
off! Hang on.
Nanny.
Down!
Shut up, Mum, say.
Yeah, Mama.
Oh my God, what have I got?
Oh, what's that?
You!
Oh, burger! Ian has just inhaled it before he even gets to the bottom of the stairs.
It's ours as well.
Near enough. Nearly.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone for the top bun.
Him.
Look at that. He's got to refill them glorious neck rolls.
Because you took me out, Nanny, and I've build my strength up.
You took me out and then I had a shit. And now I need to fill back up. Good boy.
They don't do the other ones anymore, so that's why you've got the stacks.
Just walk into the doors. Sometimes junk food are the best food. Just throwing that out there, man. But doesn't sit well when you get older. You start to feel like really sick and just. I think you'd probably be better off like downing a bottle of vodka, which I can't do anyway. I've never been able to do because vodka instantly makes me sick. But roughly the same comparison. I'm pleased with today. A little bit less kind of draining than yesterday. Don't feel quite as spread thin, but some things did have to suffer, and the main thing that suffered today was the stream. Even though I tested the card and stuff, and I looked back over it, and yeah, it seemed alright. It did seem alright, but I did a very, very short stream. I've spent like 3 hours out with the dog, doing that stuff. I pre-rendered all the vlog and stuff, even though I uploaded it a bit late. Guitar-y stuff, I've done a fair bit of that today because I realised that even though I've been doing it for noodling around for 2 weeks, I'm actually going backwards. Because Inky handed me her acoustic, she handed me Honey today, and I'm worse than I was when I started in some areas. And some stuff that I was doing alright with before, again, I'm doing worse with. In other areas I was struggling with, I'm doing better on. So, practice. Gotta do that more. More, I think. Got to play with the boys. Well, by boys I mean a boy, big man, because little legs is kind of no games at the moment because of issues at school. Like seriously, he's not in trouble. It's just like, mate, right now you can't because you keep playing up. And he had a teeny wobbly at school today, so he's not helping his case any. But big man, I said yesterday I was going to play Smash with him. I didn't get a chance to play Smash with him. I played a little bit tonight. Oh, I hate Smash Brothers. I don't like playing Smash with big man because that feels like I'm really down on it all the time. Like, I'm always miserable when I'm playing it. It probably doesn't help. One, I don't like Smash Brothers Ultimate, and two, I don't like the way big man plays. Big man plays all items on super random levels where, the environment will change every 30 seconds and kill you and that, and I have no motivation to play it. So when he gets super excited, I'm just like, it doesn't, I like pretty much stonewall all the enthusiasm on that one. Which is sad, because he's doing really well, just enjoying himself. Can I just rewind to school quickly? Pleased with that. Big man, good day. It's usually expected. But we've noticed he started picking his eye. And we spoke to his teacher about it today. When he gets nervous or stressed, he starts picking his eyebrows out. Kind of like how I pick my hair out. He's, apparently, she thinks, because she sat with him today, she thinks it might have something to do with all the other kids talking about high school. Big man is really not into the groove of going to high school at the moment. She said she was really happy to actually get a chance to sit down with him today, that one of the specialist schools had come in to observe today, and she got to kind of sit and absorb some of big man's personality. She said it was just really nice because so far since starting they haven't really had that much of an opportunity to do so. But she even suggested, she said, look, I'm gonna sit with him a bit more. We've got him in smaller groups, and I want to, once the specialist school has been in today gives us a bit of feedback, I would like to sit down with you guys in a meeting and just have kind of a chat with it. And she recommended a school to us and all that kind of stuff. And it was nice. It was nice that a member of staff, it was helpful. I mean, don't get me wrong, the other teachers that William has had have been helpful too, but my God, half of them have been given the boot when we're getting somewhere, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. But yeah, it was nice. So, we've got lots of stuff done. today, and I don't feel like I'm quite spread thin. It's literally going to be an organisation thing. If anything extra comes up, it's going to really screw up the next couple of days. I've ignored near enough every phone call I've had today, and I've had stacks of the bloody things. So I've tried to avoid, burning time on the phone, burning time talking when I don't have to talk. It's kind of rude. It's rude of me, but things need to be done. And I'm trying to get them done, and just once everything's done and settled and I get into a routine, won't be a problem. But just right now, priorities, I guess. But I think that might actually be all of it. That might be all of it. I'm happy enough with the stream rig. I'm probably going to clone the configs over onto another laptop. I've got Mum's laptop back. I gave it to her last night. She's brought it back round today. Tomorrow we're going to be sending off some CVs, some emails, typing out some documents and filling in some applications and stuff. We'll see how that goes. I hope she likes that little laptop, But, yeah, we'll just kind of give her the tour of it. She knows how to use the thing, because she was talking to me on it the other night. But yeah, anyway. Let's call this quits. I'm going to have a cup of tea and then go to bed. Inky's got a really early start tomorrow. In fact, look, a day's going to throw us off. Tomorrow and Saturday are going to be it. Because stuff is going to be happening. Also remind me to get some Yu-Gi-Oh cards so I can trounce my children at a game of Duel Monsters. Because Big Man's getting it back into the idea of playing it, and so is Noodle. And we did say we were going to play that like a year or so ago. And we never really did. So I think now might be the time to do it. Anyway, time to go. I'm going to watch some One Piece, a show that I've never really gotten on with One Piece, but I'm gonna try and watch some of it for the lols just whilst I'm playing Jump Force. I'm gonna go through and watch a load of the old Shonen Jump stuff and rewatch some of the stuff I've watched before. Hope you all, and I'll see you all with a bit of luck tomorrow.